April 12, 2004. Four Italian contractors working for an American company were kidnapped in broad daylight on the chaotic streets of Baghdad. Their captors, a ruthless insurgent group, wasted no time in making their demands clear. Italy was to withdraw its troops from Iraq and pay a massive ransom. The alternative was brutal execution. Just days later, Fabrizio Quattrocchi, one of the hostages, was singled out. Forced to dig his own grave, he was made to kneel beside it while his captors prepared a video execution. But in an act of defiance that would echo through history, he pulled off his hood and shouted, "I'll show you how an Italian dies," before being shot multiple times in the back and neck. His courage in the face of death earned him Italy's gold medal for civil valor posthumously. The Italian government refused to cave to the terrorists' demands. A peacekeeping withdrawal was out of the question, but they vowed to do everything in their power to bring the remaining hostages home. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, an elite force was already working to track down the captives and their executioners. The hunt for the hostages began immediately. Special forces and intelligence agencies launched a relentless series of raids across Baghdad, following every lead, no matter how small. Every house, every compound, every whispered rumor was investigated. The breakthrough came in June, when a captured insurgent provided a crucial piece of intelligence. He revealed that the remaining 3 Italians and an additional Polish hostage were being held at a compound south of the capital. With this information in hand, surveillance operations were set in motion. Signals were monitored, drones were deployed, and special forces conducted close reconnaissance, studying the kidnappers' routines and defenses. As the intelligence reports painted a clear picture, it was time to act. Objective Medford, the code name for the rescue mission, was greenlit. The window of opportunity was closing fast, and if the hostages were moved, they might never be found again. There was no time for delay. June 8, 2004, broad daylight. Delta Force operators sat aboard 4 Black Hawk helicopters, their gear strapped tight, their weapons locked and loaded. This was an unusual move. Special Forces missions typically happen under the cover of darkness to maximize the element of surprise, but waiting for nightfall was not an option. The risk was too great. The hostages could be gone by then. 2 additional helicopters were on standby for transport, while 4 Little Bird's gunships provided close air support. The pilots of the legendary 160th SOAR Night Stalkers flew in at high speed, weaving through the air before coming in for a pinpoint landing right inside the compound. Before the wheels even touched the ground, Delta operators stormed out, weapons raised, precision honed to perfection. In just 17 seconds, they breached the building, moving with lethal efficiency. Inside, they found little resistance. One insurgent, caught completely off guard, surrendered instantly. In the next room, the hostages sat in stunned silence as the heavily armed soldiers appeared before them. Their first words? A joking nod to the 1990s action movie Navy SEALs. "We're Navy SEALs, and we're here to get you out." A moment of shock gave way to relief. The nightmare was over. With the mission secured, the hostages were swiftly evacuated, along with the captured insurgents. Not a single operator was harmed. It was a textbook operation. Clean, precise, and devastatingly effective. The rescue of the Italian and Polish hostages marked the first successful Delta Force hostage rescue in Iraq, but it would not be the last. The war was far from over, and more complex missions awaited these elite warriors in the years to come. For Delta, it was another day on the battlefield. For the hostages, it was a second chance at life.